It is time now for our weekend cover story, and it is the housing hack that has exploded in popularity as Australia's rental and property crisis worsened. House sitting sees people abandon a permanent address and just bounce between strangers' homes, rent and bill free.
And it's saving Australians thousands as well. To tell us more this morning, we're joined by house sitters Monique and David in Newcastle. Also, hello to Scott and Steph in Sydney, as well as our property expert Robert here in the studio, Robert Claric, that is. Monique and David, to you first. Tell us about the logistics of all this. How do you make it happen?
So we make it happen. We pretty much use a website to book our house sits through. So we kind of have a calendar and get email notifications for ads, and we apply and approach house sitters to book those in. Sometimes we also get asked by homeowners if we're available to come and sit for them. And we're pretty lucky in the sense that if we do have any gaps between house sits, we're able to stay back with Dave's parents, but we're pretty good at aligning them. Like in 2022, I think we're at home for a total of 2 weeks the whole year.
And the rest of your time you're just living rent-free wherever it may take you. Now to you, Scott and Steph, you've been doing this non-stop for 2 years. Have you put an estimate on how much money you might have saved in that time?
Yeah, we tried to do a bit of a calculation, back of the napkin. We were paying around $1,000 a week in central Sydney. So if you take that, around 50 grand a year, over the course of 2 years, 100 grand. Obviously, we didn't have the opportunity to stay somewhere else, so we would generally stay in serviced apartments and Airbnbs in between. But we figured that was about 10 to 15 grand a year, so you're looking 30 to 40 grand. We're
spending money.
Sitting pretty, aren't you?
Yeah. OK, let's bring in property expert Rob Claric. Rob, good morning. So we know there's a cost of living crunch going on right now. Is that what's sort of driving this popularity?
100%. We've got basically a housing crisis, a cost of living crisis. We've got a double whammy, effectively, and especially for the youth of Australia. We've never had so many intelligent people, all our youth, and be so poor at the same time. You know, that's the reality of the situation that we've got now in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, all the major capitals. So the idea of actually moving somewhere or taking a home that's potentially not having to take a lease, 4 weeks bond, week to week costs, the average rental in Sydney, $750 to $1,000 a week, even for the inner suburbs of Sydney. It is expensive. So good on them for finding a way to make ends meet, because that's effectively what young Australians have got to do.
I mean, we covered a story yesterday that said it would take the average 18-year-old between 18 and 46 years to save for a home deposit, based on current values. So while what they're doing, this house sitting, is saving them a lot of money now, how does it stack up against the potential benefits of actually owning a home?
Look, I think it's the Australian dream for all of us to own your own home, or have a home that you can say, this is my place to come to. The downside of that is that you're always on the move. You're a bit of I guess, a city slicker nomad. You'll go wherever to save a few dollars, but it's like everybody would like your own home. And eventually to get onto that treadmill of buying something, but it's never been such a distance between the youth to now buying their first property in Australia. And it worries me. I've got a couple of grandchildren, and I'm thinking, in 20 years' time, fast forward this, where are they going to? They're born in Sydney, and the fact of the matter is the idea of owning a house in Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane or any of the major capitals across Australia, it's virtually impossible. So
they'll live at your house, Robert.
Yes, yeah. Well, I've got a couple extra bedrooms. Oh, geez, those two toddlers at the moment. Well, they won't be toddlers then, but in any case.
So is this trend going to keep climbing, do you think?
I think the cost of living keeps climbing. The financial crisis that we have for a lot of people, it doesn't seem, we don't have a quick fix for this. So it will do. We've got to look at alternatives. That they're not building enough places. We don't have enough accommodation. So unfortunately, it will. That's just, that's the sad reality of where we sit today. And it's such a. I've never seen the rich so rich and the poor so poor. Australia now has that gap. We're the New York of the South Pacific now. That's what it is.
People can't afford a home, and then, you know, just the other day one sold for $35 million, and the owner probably paid cash.
Yeah, correct.
Rob, thank you, and thanks to our couples as well who joined us on the weekend.
Yeah, thank
Always
you
a
to
pleasure,
everyone.
thank you. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
And I think one of those couples is actually expecting a baby soon, so good luck with that if it's one of you. There you go, I wasn't wrong.
Need to find a house with a nursery now.
I said that, and then I thought, oh, what if it's not one of those? And I'm just...
Thank you, guys.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my goodness, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?
Always happens.